Good morning. Coming to you deep within the bowels of the Maze Play headquarters. Anyway, we're getting ready for an exciting Maze season. And we wanted to talk to you a little bit about, or I was going to talk to you a little bit today about game systems and why they're important and why you want to stick a game system in your maze. We've got a lot of people that create a maze, and a maze does have an amount of adventure and fun involved with just conquering a maze and getting through a maze. People, though, are not there for the walk through the corn generally. They're there to be entertained and to have fun when they come onto your farm. And then more than that, we're trying to harvest a smile. So we want them to actually enjoy that experience that they have when they come through your farm. I've heard a lot of people talk about mazes and say, oh, it's just that extra thing we have back there. They use it in their marketing, they use it to draw people there, but once they get there, they spread and have people go elsewhere, and they're really effective. They have some great farms, but we were looking at that one day and we said, you know, really what we focus on is we want to make the maze experience a better experience for the people that go through it. If we're putting this much effort into growing the corn and creating the maze design and putting it in the field, we really want that to be a good experience. So we started to focus on games, and I can tell you our first games that we came out with, we got lucky with a few of them, but we also had some flops. Then we developed kind of our flagship game called Farm Scene Investigation, and that's been a really big hit for us. And looking back and analyzing why it was, we've learned a few things over the years, and it's interesting. We're doing some marketing things now with story brand marketing, and we're learning some new things, and we look back at our game system, and happily we had some happy accidents with the way we designed it that actually make the game system work really well for people. Now you may wonder, what are the things that make a game system work well? Well, we found a story is part of what makes people engage in that game system. And so we've created a story. So with our game system, when we first created Farm Scene Investigation, we went through and created a whole story. And in fact, there's a whole storybook that we have that goes along with Farm Scene Investigation. Some of our mazes will actually, when they have school groups come out, they read the Farm Scene Investigation story. It's just a fun story. But what the idea is, people are, their attention spans are short, and they don't give you very much time to engage, and then they're looking around to see what else they want to do. So what you want to do is what Donald Miller says is a story gap. And a story gap is you have to create some tension with your customer. And when he's talking about marketing, and he learned that from stories. He learned that stories that don't create a story gap or that tension, they aren't successful. Movies that don't do it aren't successful. Books that don't have it aren't successful. What that is there's a tension, there's a problem, something's gone wrong. And so in our story with Farm Scene Investigation, we come out and we tell the people that are coming out to the maze, Farmer Joe's missing and we need your help to investigate 7 farm animal suspects. So we start creating that story gap. It pulls them into the story, then they become the hero of the story, and that's how we've designed the game, so that they become the hero. We do some guiding before they go into the maze so they know how to play the game well. They go through the game, they came out, and then we not only get them engaged in the story with that, but at the end we make sure that we make them a hero, and we do that with a sticker badge. And you know, everybody likes to be rewarded for what's going on. And so with this sticker badge, we give this sticker and we say, you are now an official Farm Scene Investigator, and you have this sticker badge to wear with pride and honor, and then we have it there for them and make them an official Farm Scene Investigator. So we reward them as the hero when they're done. That's part of why our Farm Scene Investigation is so successful as we're learning. But you can make that even more successful when you're doing your introduction to the game systems or introduction to the maze when they come out. We feel that that's really important. That's where you engage them. That's where you bring in that story gap or that hook. That's where you get that excitement engaged and have people wondering, are we going to be able to solve this mystery? And I know this is a really simple little concept, but you watch, you look at it in the movies. I mean, if they don't have some kind of tension going on, people are looking elsewhere. Our minds, we don't want to burn too many calories. We start looking at a lot of other things. You know, when you get in the maze, we start burning calories and the mind's like, just let's get out of here type thing, unless you've got something to engage the customer. And so we use that story to engage them. If you start off with a good introduction, it makes that story a lot more engaging. People understand what's going on. I've been to some mazes where they don't have anything and you show up and you're just, what do I do now? That's the worst thing in the world that can happen. And you can just see it in the eyes of the people that are going through the maze. You want to create that excitement. When I was running my maze, that is what I figured was the most important job of any job on the farm, was engaging people before they went into the maze and explaining the maze. And I know that I've been on a lot of other farms. There's a lot of stuff going on. You've got all kinds of problems going on. But I wanted to make sure that that experience of that customer that they had going through the maze was really good. So I really concentrated on that introduction. And so with our game systems, we have introduction banners that go up. They introduce the story before they go into the maze. We've got several different game systems. We feel that's really important. We go through the story, and if you've got somebody that can act it out, can get animated, is super excited about the story, that really hooks the customer, gets them excited, and gives them that first initial smile. If we can get that first initial smile before they go into the maze, they're going to talk about that experience later on. That smile is so important. And you need to look at it as that's what you're harvesting. That's what you're really after, is that smile. So when I would introduce people to the farm scene investigation, I would go through a quick introduction, and you do need to keep it short. People don't want to be there for a long time. They don't want to be there for 5 minutes. I kept mine basically under 2 minutes, but they'd come out and I'd say, Farmer Joe's missing and we need your help to investigate these 7 farm animal suspects. I'd go up to the banner, I'd point those suspects out, and then I'd let them know that their card has the suspects as well. And I'd even introduce them. I'd say we have Antonio DeLama. We have an ornery old cuss, and he's Billy the goat. We have Boots the dog, Mary, Carrie, and Sherry, and they are the Desperate House Chicks. We have a big bull, and he is Theodore the bull. And we've got Frank the pig and Shawn the lubber duck. So we'd have it up a little bit. We'd get people engaged. We'd introduce them to the characters. Then we'd tell them, out in the maze, you will find 6 checkpoints that look like this out in the maze. And attached to each one of these checkpoints, and I lost my paper punch, there's a paper punch attached. You'll punch a card 3 times for each one of the weapon, the location, and the suspect. When you can come back and tell us you've eliminated 6 out of the 7, and you can come back and tell us who kidnapped Farmer Joe, with what, and where, we'll make you an official farm scene investigator and give you a farm scene investigation sticker badge to wear with pride and honor. And we'd get the kids excited, and they'd go in excited to figure out this mystery that we had created. And they'd go through and find these different checkpoints that were in the maze, punch the card, come out, and give them that sticker badge. That's basically how farm scene investigation plays. So, and you can get that at thecornmazestore.com. We'll post that in the notes below if you're interested in getting a game system for your maze. There's lots of different companies that create them. I mean, look for a story, look for something that's going to engage, and then go the extra mile and introduce the story. Some of the other game systems that we have, real quick, just so you're aware, we've got one for the little kids. And this game is our Farm Tracks game. You'll put these on the outside of the maze right next to the banner that explains it. They take and do a tear off of these sheets. These sheets go up in here so they can tear off, to keeps the water off of them while they're out there. And then out in the maze you will put these medallions with this crayon. It's an armored crayon. And then they can do a rubbing over top of the medallion, and they can track down the animals that went into the maze. So they have a mystery about which animals were in the maze. They do 6 of these. They can come out and become a hero and get a pharmacy investigation badge as well. So that's for our little kids. It's probably a 10-15 minute game at max. It's tactile. It's actually went over really well. They really like it. It engages the kids. So that's a little bit about our Farm Tracks games, using the same characters and almost the same storyline as we use in the big Farm Scene Investigation. We've got another game called Treasure Hunt. So this is, you're out there to find treasure. This one is to compete. This is more for the teenagers because you want to create a game that competes. So it comes with a selector like this, and it has a location scene. You're out there trying to select whether the spot A, B, or C has the most treasure. There's some clues on the card that let you do that. Then once you've read the clue, picked out on the location scene which place you think is going to be the best, you slide the card up into the selector and you use this attached scratcher to scratch off the card and see what you got. Now I noticed that I just got the boot. So it doesn't score very high. That's kind of the dud out there. But anyway, it creates a fun game. There's a lot of different combinations of cards and options for people to score, and then they get to compete. I played this with my family. I remember playing this with my family and having so much fun out in the maze, and everybody's thinking, well, I'm going to win, or I'm going to win, and then right before the end, it all changed up so that somebody else was the winner. It was a lot of fun. They talked about it for quite some time. So this is an engaging and fun game, especially for the teenagers or those who want an extra challenge. We also have our Monster Mystery game, and it's very similar to the Farm Scene Investigation game too. It plays a lot the same way. We have some characters that they're going in and searching. We have location scenes in the maze where the monsters may be hiding, and then you get to come out and look on a look and find banner and find out which weapon matches up with that. And then we have some Monster Mystery stickers as well. So those are some of the game systems that we have right now that we like and that play real well in the maze. Again, you don't have to be a Maze Play customer. If you'd like to purchase these, you can do that at the Corn Maze store. If you have any questions about how to make the game, introduce the game to make it fun, to engage the customer, please let us know. And if you have any other comments or you've had a fun time playing the game, please let us know in the comments below. Thanks again, and good luck on harvesting some smiles this year.